Hi everyone, I'm Jaden.
I'm Caden.
I'm Eli.
And we are Yahuwah the Torah, and this is Youth for Yah. We thank you very much for joining us today. We hope that you are having a great day. Today we are going over Proverbs 29. We are getting very close to ending Proverbs, and for all of you who have stayed along with us this whole journey of learning Proverbs, we thank you very much, and hope you have enjoyed and learned something from this series.
Yeah, to start off, before we actually get into the video, I want to make sure that everyone knows where our extra channels are. Our external channels, we have Yahuwah the Torah 2, Yahuwah the Torah 3 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Yahuwah the Torah 3, we have Rumble, we have Odyssey, we have BitChute, we have 153news.net. All that you can find us on there. We'll all be there. We continue uploading, going live, however we're going to do it. This channel may not be there tomorrow. We may have some problems with some evil people, so that is how it will go. So we are going to begin in Proverbs 29, and for those of you that are out there listening at this live, thank you guys very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. As we see them, we will answer them. So let's begin in Proverbs 29. And for those who don't know, I will be reading out of the Scriptures with the Restored Names version. It is basically all the names are Hebrew. It has a little bit, it's probably the best translation you could find out on the world. It's very similar to the ISR, almost exactly, very close to it, just basic Hebrew name changes. And then we have NIV, KJV, and Sefer that Eli is all going to be reading out of. That will be on your screen.
Alright, Proverbs 29, verse 1. He that being often reproved hardens his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy.
So if you're hardening your neck, it means you're not turning your head to listening. That means you're not turning your head to listening to what others have to say. And if you are in evil and you are doing wrong and you are not doing good, it says you're going to be suddenly broken. Your neck is going to break. You're not going to be able to hold the pressure of your sins anymore with your hardened neck. It says the Israelites, they kept reproving Moshe for reproving them. They kept fighting Moshe for this, and they were kicked out of the land. They were suddenly broken.
We see that a lot in life, people that get destroyed for things they do. Children, if you don't listen to your parents and they reprove you and you'll do the same thing again, you might get hurt. If they say, don't go play with the neighbor's dog, but you say you don't care, and you play the neighbor's dog bites you, that's because you didn't listen. That's on you. You hardened your neck and didn't listen. So children, you want to listen to what your parents have to say, no matter what advice they give you. They are your parents. They have had experience. They have life. They have things they know that you don't. So you should listen to your parents so you are wise, so you can gain wisdom.
Verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
When the wickedness overrules, it's sighing, it's depressing. You see no goodness in the rulers, you see no goodness in the people over you, in your governments, you see no goodness. But when someone steps up as a righteous person, you have hope, you have rejoicing, because you know that they're going to lead you in the direction of hope. And nowadays, you're not going to find anywhere but hope. But in yourselves, by reading the Torah, by having that faith in HaMashiach, you have to have the hope that you are going to make it to Yah's kingdom, that you are going to make it to the next world.
Right? This world doesn't have a lot of righteous rulers. Everyone is very bad. A lot of people don't like the rulers, a lot of people don't, but this world is not righteous. If everyone's following the Torah and we had someone leading us and they weren't following Torah, we wouldn't want to follow them because they weren't righteous. We would get rid of them. They were breaking the Torah. They weren't someone we want to follow. They weren't intelligent. They couldn't lead a country to save their lives. That's what the people we don't want to have. We want someone who is following the Torah, because if they cannot lead people, they should not be up there. They don't want people that are outside of Torah. We want the people that are following Yahuwah to lead us, because they have Yahuwah leading them, and if they have the devil leading them, then they are only going to lead the people where the devil leads them.
Verse 3. Whoso loves wisdom rejoices his father, but he that keeps company with harlots spends his substance.
So yeah, if you are spending time around people of evil, harlots, as it says, you're going to be wasting all your money. You're going to be losing your life. Not only your money, not only your food, but your life and your soul as well. You are going to lose all of it because you are in wickedness. People are sucking your soul dry. When you are with wicked people, your soul will be sucked dry.
Verse 4. The king by judgment establishes the land, but he that receives gifts overthrows it.
So read that up here, that makes a little more sense in the NIV.
Verse 4 in the NIV says, by justice a king gives country stability. For those who are greedy for bribes, tear it down.
So it basically says a king that has good judgment, a king that is right ruling. We look at Solomon; he had right ruling for a very long time until he didn't, and so he established it. That if you have right ruling, you have the Torah, you know what right ruling is, you know what is right, you know what is wrong. But if you are someone who is willing to take bribes, then you are going to let people control you, let evil people control you. If you take that bribe from a wicked person to let them go free, they control you. You give them respect. You honor people instead of honoring Yahuwah.
Yeah, if you're taking bribes, you're only letting evil further on, and that's how you can tear a city down. So you can tear a nation down is by letting one evil go away. If you bat your eyes, you have to let the rest of the evil go. It's only fair if you even are a man of morals or a woman of morals. If you let something evil go because you have been paid off or you have been given something in return to not cast judgment as you should, it's going to be a curse. And shalom, emissary Elohim, how are you?
Shalom, how are you doing today, brother?
Verse 5. A man that flatters his neighbor spreads a net for his feet.
If you are flattering your neighbor, right? If you're just trying to sweet talk him into something and spraying the net trying to trick him, that is wrong. And that's something you need to watch out for too, that people aren't sweet talking you into something. If people are sweet talking you or trying to be extremely nice for no apparent reason other than to get something from you or to lead you into evil, you need to watch out. Shaloma, there's a few things here, but one of the things he wants to, most important in Proverbs, is that he wants you to know that you are supposed to be righteous, that you are supposed to be righteous in the way that you don't get tricked. If you are not righteous and you are not holy, you're going to be easily tricked, and you have to be vigilant of these things.
Verse 6. In the transgression of an evil man there is a snare, but the righteous sings and rejoices.
So the righteous are going to sing and rejoice because they are holy, right? When we see Yahuwah's reign, we are rejoicing. When we see the hope from Yahuwah, we are happy. When we see wickedness, it makes us sad. It makes us broken. We see wickedness in the world, and it only brings more sadness. But we can't let that get into our soul. We have to stay pure. We have to stay holy. We have to stay hopeful and positive, because negativity can be brought in through demons as well. Demons can bring in negative thoughts, and we have to stay away from those things. We have to stay positive. We have to stay hopeful in the Messiah, that he is going to come back and that we are going to have a reign, that we are going to have a strong reign when it comes.
It said the transgressors are snared by their wickedness. That is so true, because the wickedness might abound now, but in the kingdom to come, when you're seeing this on the before Yahuwah and Yehosha in the judgment seat, he's going to be like, "This is what you've done, you wicked servant. You didn't help people. You were wicked. Your wickedness destroys you because of what you did. Your sins be gone. You are punished for what you did for not turning back." And it says everyone will get a chance to hear the word. So everyone will get a chance, whether it's through a Bible, they hear a YouTube video, they hear something, someone tells them personally, but everyone gets a chance to know that you need to follow the Torah. And this might be your one chance to know that you need to follow the Torah. You need to follow that, because if you hear this and this is your one chance to hear it, and you ignore it from here on out, and you get judged on Judgment Day, then that is your choice. That is that you chose that upon yourself. But if you choose right now to go to the Torah and not be that transgressor that gets punished on Judgment Day because he didn't want to repent, then that'll be your choice.
In verse 7, the righteous considers the cause of the poor, but the wicked regards not to it. The NIV says, the righteous care about justice for the poor, but the wicked have no such concern.
See, that's where we're always like, if you want to donate to us, go help the poor, go help the needy, because you need to care for the poor. If you are a person of Yah, you're going to care for the poor. Yahusha specifically made a command about helping the poor. He says, all these things you've done to them, you do unto me. If you help the poor, you help the broken, you're helping him. And Yahusha returns the favors. Yahuwah sees what you're doing. He rewards you openly. If you do these things for the goodness of your heart, for righteousness, for the Torah's sake, Yahuwah will reward you. This is not a thing for people to see how great you are, how much you've given to the poor. It is for you to truly go out and minister and try and save the broken people. Yahuwah loves the broken people more than anything. It's the people he protects. It's the people he has the most care for, because he says that if you hurt these people, he's going to destroy you. Nowhere else do we see that if you hurt someone else, he's going to destroy you, other than someone that's broken or someone you've broken down. That is, Yahuwah loves these people, and a poor person is broken. They don't want to be out on the streets. They don't want to be out under a bridge. They don't want none of that. They want to be in a happy home with their family, having full fridges and things like that. And if you have that blessing, if you're blessed with full fridges, a happy family, why don't you spread that blessing on? Because you're going to care about the poor.
Right, and you got to imagine yourself being in that position. If you have no money, you have no house, and you are sitting on the side of the road, you're sitting under a bridge, you have a cardboard box that says, "Please help, I need food, I need money," and you don't help them. Imagine yourself in that position when you're broken and you have nothing, but you want that, and you want somebody to help you because you can't help yourself at that time. You got to wonder, what if I were there? Would someone help me? And if you don't help them, you're definitely, when that happens to you, you won't be helped. Yahuwah will keep those people away from you, and you'll remember when you didn't want to help someone, when you ignored the pleas and cries for help because of your wickedness and your hardness of heart.
Verse 8, scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away from wrath.
Why are people of rage going to bring the city into wrath? Because their anger fills the rest of the people. It takes one person to say something and it spreads the next people. And that's where you have to watch out for your anger yourself. That's where everyone, including ourselves, we have to watch out for anger, because anger is a powerful thing, is a powerful emotion. And it can continue on. It may never end. And if you live by wrath, you are going to die with the wrath. You are going to get yourself in a situation that you never thought you would be, only because you got angry, because you could not control your temper. But people that are wise, they know how to deal with these things. They know how to deal with it.
Verse 9. If a wise man contends with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest.
Like we said before, if a wise man, if you've talked to a Christian, you will know that you can tell them, you can give them a million verses that say we should keep the Torah, and they will come back with one and say, I'm free to do what I want. It's just there's no rest. There is a never-ending cycle of violence. It's like a vicious circle, trying to show them the verses and then show you the one, and it's a vicious thing. And this is what he's talking about. When you speak to a person that is foolish, and unfortunately that is what someone without the Torah is a foolish person, you have no rest. It's a very hard thing to deal with those types of things, types of foolishness that are around.
Verse 10. The bloodthirsty hate the Asherim, but the just seek his soul.
Yeah, the bloodthirsty hate the Asherim because they see greatness, right? They see things that are there and they think we are trying to be better. They think we are trying to be different. But no, we are only trying to be holy, and they are bloodthirsty. They try and suck out the people of the righteous. They try and suck everything from them, their life, their money, their homes, their family. They will suck everything out because it's wickedness. It's what Hassan wants. He wants the people of Yah to be destroyed. He wants the people of Yah to be broken down to where we give up on Yah, and we can never give up on Yah, especially when the wicked rage against us. When our times come and the winds blow, are we going to fall over, or are we going to be a strong wall that holds up?
Verse 11. A fool utters all his mind, but a wise man keeps it until afterwards.
This seems like an altercation here if he says he keeps it in afterwards. If you are just saying things that are just coming off, rallying tongue in an argument or in the heat of battle or something, you are going to say foolish things. You are going to say things that are very wrong because you have broken down your mind, you have broken down yourself, and you are in a vulnerable state where you are saying evil things, wicked things, because you are in a heated moment, and you're going to say things that are from your heart, and your heart is wicked. The man's heart is wicked. That is true. But if you let those things out, that's where the sin is. But if you are willing to hold your tongue, if you're willing to hold your breath and just smile and walk away, Yahusha never had these problems. Yahusha was able to hold his tongue, and that's the example we need to follow, is that Yahusha was able to hold his tongue, that these guys beat him and slapped him and whipped him, and he never once cursed these people, attacked these people, let himself rage. He said, forgive them, for they know not what to do. He said, forgive them. And that's like one of the most powerful moments in the entire Bible, is after all these people, all he did was just abuse him. They've attacked him for years now, and then they just beat him up, beat him senseless to the point of death, where he's sitting there hanging on the cross in a vicious way, and he said, forgive them.
Verse 12. If a ruler hearkened to lies, all his servants were wicked.
So here, there's two ways why they're wicked. One is because if you see something and they didn't say it, they know it's a lie, and none of them ever said, hey, king, sir, this is a lie, and they just let it go. Or two, that they start doing what the king demands them to do, because based on a lie, they're doing wickedness. They are doing something, even though they don't know what they're doing something based off a lie, and that is wickedness. That is evil. And so when someone says something and you know it's a lie, you need to speak out and say, that person is lying, that is wrong. You can't let wickedness go on, because if wickedness happens, then you have to go do something because that based on that wickedness, and you didn't stop it, then you are a wicked servant. You have a chance to save someone from doing something wrong because based on a lie. So that's something we can't do. We cannot listen to the lies. We must discern whether they are lies or not. And if there are other people around you that have more input or know the truth, then that you really need to speak up. If you know about a lie, you need to speak up. You must not let sin and wickedness go on with you knowing, because you will be punished for that as well.
Verse 13. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. Yahuwah lightens both their eyes.
Yahuwah lightens both their eyes. He puts light in both their eyes. They all breathe the same air, because to Yahuwah, it doesn't matter whether you're rich and poor. It matters what's in your soul, whether you were holy or you were not. Were you walking his path, or were you walking the path of the world? Were you going to the ways of Hasatan? Were you taking Hasatan by the hand and walking with him? What was your goal? He said it doesn't matter if you're rich. It doesn't matter how much money. You can have gold to swim in. You can be just like Scrooge and you can swim in your gold. Or you can be poor, right? You can be under the bridge. And Yahuwah says it doesn't matter. He has no favor. You can't pay Yah any money. Your money means nothing to him. What matters is your soul. Are you right with Yah or not?
Verse 14. The king that faithfully judges the poor, his throne shall be established forever.
We want, even in our own household, we can rightly judge those. We can rightly judge the people. And you don't want to judge unrightly. You want to judge based on what the facts are and what the truth is. And you must search out a matter. You must seek out. You must figure out what's real and what's not. You just can't let it be one person's word. It needs to be two or more witnesses. There's commands for everything. Solomon here, he tells you things that are based off of commands. All things are commands, right? He judges rightly. If there's someone comes and lies to him, he'll go and figure it out. He's supposed to go find witnesses. He's supposed to go find these people. This isn't just okay, it's over with. It's supposed to figure it out and make sure everything is judged rightly. You want to be a righteous judge. In your household, you can be a righteous judge. You can judge neighbors rightly. You can judge them based upon the Torah. If they come to you and they start doing wickedness, you know how to stop wickedness. You know what's wrong. You can tell them what's wrong. So you need to speak right.
Excuse if you hear the dogs in the back. We are sorry, we do have 10 dogs. We have tried to seclude ourselves in a little bit of a more closed off area, but it's still, you probably still heard them. They're probably going off, and we apologize for that, but we will continue on.
Verse 15. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings his mother to shame.
So this is where a lot of people say you're abusing your child if you discipline your child, and that is not true. There is a point of discipline, and there's a line you cannot cross with abuse. There's discipline which teaches your child the right way he should go so he does not depart from it when he gets older. Or there is a point where you don't discipline your child because you're afraid to have any repercussions, you're afraid to have any problems, because if you don't reprimand your child, if you don't discipline your child, you are going to end up with a child that is wild, that is reckless, that a child that is going to bring shame to his family. You're going to have an adult that never was disciplined, so he's going to try and get his way in everything that he wants. He never was told he was wrong, and he's going to be wild, and the people that you know are be like, hey, what's up with your son? Why does he do this? Or your daughter, why do they do this? And you're going to have no answers. All you can say is, I guess I was a terrible parent. And that's the thing you have to watch out for. And that's why it's so important that you read your Bible with your family, that you know these things, that you know that children should be holy, that you want your children to be holy. You don't want to see them end up in Sheol. You don't want to see them end up in the pits of fire. You want to see them in the glory of Elohim. You want to have confidence that they're walking that path.
Right, and it says a child left alone brings shame to his mother. Because a child that is undisciplined, that has no parental guidance, they become something that you don't want them to be. Some end up good, some end up bad. Some find their own way in life. But it's better if they have someone teaching them the Torah. If they have someone guiding them, and they're not left to figure things out, the world out by themselves, and you are there to teach them, then their lives shall be better. They will be a better chance of walking the Torah than alone by themselves if you do not teach them. If you leave them alone, they will bring shame to you. The things they will do because they had no parental guidance will cause you sadness, will cause you shame, cause you sorrow, and you'll understand that if you didn't take care of your child, then that is what happens.
Verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases, but the righteous shall see their fall.
So when people come together and start doing wickedness, and the wickedness is increased, it gets worse. The land becomes worse. So we see Israel, right? Started with one person's sin, and more people sinned, and that's what happened. It only started with one person committing idolatry. Then they all started committing idolatry. Another person saw it, and they all started doing it, thinking the golden calf, right? They all got scared, and one person came up with an idea, then another person, then hope, and then even Aaron was in on it. And that is what happens when there are transgressions. And the righteous, the people who didn't celebrate, the good people, they got to see the fall. The people of Yahuwah will see the fall of this world. They will see the fall of the wickedness of this world. If you are truly a servant of Yahuwah, if you are righteous in following his Torah, following the path, then you will see the fall of the wicked. But if you are someone of this world doing worldly things, then you will end up falling, and the people who are righteous will watch you fall as well.
Verse 17. Correct your son, and he shall give you rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto your soul.
Again, where we talk about if you are disciplining your child, you have confidence, you have peace in yourself. That you know that your child, when they grow up, they're not going to depart from the path. They're going to walk with Elohim because you taught them Elohim. You had them meet Elohim. You had them have a personal relationship. You taught them. It's through you that they have to be taught these things. They can't just go on their own and you think that they're going to miraculously become a good person. You have to discipline them. You have to show them the ways. They may meet Elohim down the road after they made a huge mistakes that alter their life and their position in the Shamayim forever. Or you could fix that at the beginning. You can start correctly with the people.
Verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that guards the Torah, happy is he.
Wow, that's huge, right? We are happy because we have the Torah. And people that don't have the Torah, they hate the Torah, and look how miserable their lives are. We see that the sadness, they're missing something in their lives. And only if they would open their first page of their Bible and see that Genesis 1:1 says, bear fruit, multiply, and that was their first commandment, was in Genesis 1, and that was what they were supposed to be doing. And they didn't do it. They hate the commands because they're so simple. They have sadness on it. They're missing something. Everyone's always looking for something, but you wouldn't be looking for it if you had Elohim in your life. If you truly had Elohim by keeping His command. When you meet Yah, He gives you a contract and He says, "Here's my Torah. If you want this relationship, all you have to do is do it. You don't have to sign here. Just do it. Just do what it says here, and I will walk with you forever. I will continue on, and I will be your father, and you will be my child, and you will be my people, and I will be your Elohim." And we are extremely happy that there's other people in this channel that are willing to listen to Elohim, that there are people that are watching these things, that are spending time with us, that are here in the live chat with us, that are here watching this live, that are spending time with the Shabbat service. It makes us happy. The Torah is what unites the people, and the Torah is what makes us happy.
Verse 19, a servant will not be corrected by words, for though he understand, he will not answer.
So a servant is not going to be disciplined by words, right? If you're yelling at someone, they're just relentlessly, they're going to hear the words, but what are they going to do? What are they going to learn if you're just relentlessly yelling? You need to show them where they went wrong. You need to, he may understand things, you need to explain things. You need to be patient with people that are working for you, whether you have a servant, which most people don't these days, but in the Bible days, you had to be calm with your servants. You had to be kind with your servants. We were not supposed to abuse our servants. We were not supposed to be ruthless to our servants. We were supposed to be gentle and loving to our servants, just as we are with the regular people. Servants were no less of people than any regular person. They just had an unfortunate circumstances, like a poor person. Be kind to the poor, right? They had to sell themselves to be a servant. They go free at the end of 7 years with all their wealth and all their stuff back. But for those 7 years, they were supposed to be taken very good care of as a family member.
Verse 20, see a man that is hasty in his words, there's more hope of a fool than of him.
Someone who speaks fast is quick to rage, that responds immediately instead of waiting and answering and being calm about it like Messiah did. He was calm in everything he responded with. But as someone who responds fast, there is more hope for a fool, and technically that person who's hasty in their mouth is a fool as well. But there's different types of foolishness, and this person had a different type of foolishness.
Verse 21, he that delicately brings up his servant from a child shall have him become his son at the length.
It says if you have a servant, which most people didn't grow up in the house, but if you have someone that grows up that's not truly your blood family, but is a family member, because they grew up in your house, if you treat them as a son, they will grow up and be like a son to you. They will be family to you. They'll take care of you. You take good care of them. And you can take good care of your neighbor. You can take good care of people. And they will become family to you. That's why you must help with people, because they can be like family to you, and you can teach them the way, because your family is more inclined to listen to you than other people.
Verse 22, an angry man stirs up strife, and a furious man abounds in transgression.
Like we said before, if you are angry, you're going to end up in problems. You're going to end up in sin, right? Your rage is going to cause you to sin. And those moments could cause you to lose your soul. And that's where you have to keep your anger in check.
Verse 23, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in ruach.
Honor. Where do we get honor? We get honor by following the Torah. Honor by living the righteous life, by walking the path. And it's going to uphold us. We will have something to look forward to. We have something to fall back onto when the terrible things happen.
Verse 24, whoso is partner with a thief hates his own soul. He hears cursing and bewrays it not.
If you share the spoil with a thief, you're taking stolen goods. If you are stealing, if you are taking in stolen goods, if you are deceiving, you hate your own life. When you hate your own life, what does that mean? It means you're going on the way to hell. You are on the way to the pits of hell. And there are something we're dealing with right now that is in the midst of stealing, and we're trying to get the people to not hate their life, that they love their life, that they're willing to save it and not abound in sin.
Verse 25, the fear of man brings a snare, but whoso puts his trust in Yahuwah shall be safe.
Yeah, if you fear someone, if you are willing to put your trust in a president, or you're willing to put your trust in a ruler, or a governor, or an officer, or a man, and saying, this person will save us. Yahuwah is the only person that can truly save you. He is the only person who can truly keep you safe. Yahuwah is the one. He is our rock. He will not let us down. He will not let us be broken. Yahuwah will save us at all times.
Verse 26, many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment comes from Yahuwah.
Yeah, you can seek the face of a ruler, right? You can seek the things that are good, and a righteous king would get his word from Yahuwah. Should I go to battle, Yah, or not? And Yah would say yes or no whether I should go to battle. And that's how you know the king was of Yah. You see David, when he was like, do I go up to battle? And Yah's like, this is how you're going to go to battle. You're going to go up around this way. And he gave them the battle plan. When we go to Yah for judgment, when we go to Yah for answers, he's going to respond with something. He's going to show us something. He's not let us down like this. He does not show us nothing. He is the person that shows us the way forward. He gave us the Torah. He gave us everything that we had to this point. He gave you the breath in your nostrils. You need to turn him for the answers. He knows what is going on. He sees it. He created everything here. He's got the answers.
Verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
It's like oil and water. They don't mix. The wicked can't be together, neither can the righteous. Because they will fight each other, right? Their ways will be opposite of each other. And us, if we see someone doing wickedness, we don't want to be around those people, right? We try to teach them, but if they want to hang out with us, we really can't hang out with the wicked. We don't have that many friends that are our age because everyone is in wickedness. They're all worldly. They love doing what the world does. They love going to parties. They love doing certain things. And teenagers, if you're about 18, 19 years old, you know people want to be your friends. You know people will try to hang out with you because you're a certain age group. But you got to look at the wickedness of this world and understand that you can't be a part of that. That these people are not holy people.
All right. Well, that is pretty much it for today. That is all. It's Proverbs is coming to a close very soon. 2 more weeks of this, and we're moving on to the next book. We still don't know what book we're doing, so hopefully we can figure that out within the next couple of weeks. Again, all of our channels, our Telegram, it's all in the description. It'll all be there. If it's not there, it'll be there in just a couple minutes when it's uploaded. I think it's already there. So just click on those, go subscribe, go find those channels so that when we are gone, you guys can find us. We thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next one.
All right.
Shalom.